A pandemic note to self. You are no savior, just a piece of the puzzle. You are no warrior, but you do fight like hell. Pick that one up as a young child with the dandelions you made your crown from, with the four-leaf clovers from the patch you found between where the bus dropped you off and where you stashed your bike in the woods to get home, held onto it like no amount of luck would save you, but the time spent picking could. Your body is small and curled up and defeated and shamed. Your body is huge if you consider your tongue. If you climb out of the box she built for you before you were born, stand on it instead, grab a mic and lose yourself. You will always crawl back in once you speak. You'll use the backlash of being big to punish yourself with, bring yourself down with until you stand up and try again. All you have built stays steady in the pandemic, while the institutions crumble, and you see why sharing power and staying close to the grass is not only about respect, but resiliency. You remember every day you laid down in the grass, felt your body on the earth, lost yourself between the blades and the petals, imagined a new world where small looked big. Let your small body be a giant bug now. You've spent the last decade as a food justice organizer, redistributing produce and power, resources and health, but starving yourself in the name of freedom. Could you consider for a moment that you deserve to live in the world you're trying to create? Some days you scream for a seat at the table and then shut your door and muffle your mouth and hide behind a stay-at-home order when there seems to be no spot to speak in the links you call into. They say, if you don't get a seat at the table, we'll just pull one up. As if it were that simple, as if it doesn't touch all your core wounds, as if it doesn't remind you of the years you spent eating on the ground, off the ground, as if you don't have to shake out your trauma to make sure you can fit in the chair. You are not the shapeshifter that you think you are. You are a coyote in a suit. And when you speak, you only howl. And then you see, it's not just that they can't see the invisible, they cannot understand it too. And so you wonder why the hell you tried wearing that damn button up in the first place. But just because you travel alone doesn't mean you are. Your whole team is a highly organized family pack. You are not alone. And when you listen, you will remember that you have never been. This doesn't mean that the truth of your efforts are not worth sharing. When all we know falls around us, it's hard to see what's true at first. If they've never seen the margins, it's hard to notice the power and vibrancy. If they see black and brown bodies and don't pay attention to their light. If they see white bodies and actually think that that is what is pristine and pure, when their towers collapse, when their rules collapse, when their systems collapse, it will be the poor that offers them bread. It will be the ones they fear that take them in, the ones they criticize they ask for help from. It will be the queer and the weird and the trans and the disabled and the dark and the indigenous that find what they need, those of us who live in the liminal spaces or are akin to it. It will be those of us who spent our childhood days laying in the grass searching for luck to save ourselves with, that know what roots look like and how to make tea from them, how to thank them, how to let go, fall into this earth like it's your home. It's always been. The ghost of movement ancestors will remind you of your place, that you are not responsible for the end, but for every step forward instead, that we all take steps back, that we all fall to the ground and lay there for a while, that there are so many more names than we know that nurtured survival and turned the soil for it, gave their hope to their compost and their despair too. Compost your despair tonight. And try growing something new. Let it bud like the crocus and daffodils that shine brightly in the spring snow, although they already know it's coming again but are committed to April magic. Compost your despair, your hope, your stories, your critique, your tragedy. Let the earth swallow you and hold it all. Let it turn for just tonight. Begin again tomorrow.